What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on this young lady here, Kayla Nicole, right? And I recently saw her on a show, a podcast, and she is still really she's really still hung up on her relationship that she had with Travis Kelce. And she is, she's acting like, in my opinion, she's acting like a sore loser, right? And like no matter what happened in the relationship with Travis Kelce, and no matter whose fault it was that they're not together, like I said, there's no need for her to act like a sore loser. And so she is, and a lot of women do this. Like they attach themselves to these guys, and then when the relationship end, even though the relationship end, they that was their claim to fame. So at every opportunity, she brings up the relationship between her and Travis Kelce, and she tries to like shame him and talk bad about him every time she get the opportunity, or she would try to make herself out to be a victim. And right. And so I just like want to talk about like how do some people find themselves in this situation where they have to do things like shaming their ex, talk bad about their ex, and make themselves into a victim, or even they might even think that like once a person leaves them, a lot of women act like, well, once you leave them, that like you won't be able to do better. You won't be able to find somebody like them, or you won't have as much success. And in my opinion, I think instead of worrying about that kind of stuff, I think that they should really just try to better themselves and to move on, right? And instead of like I say, shaming people and talking bad about them, because there's nothing really for her to gain when she take that approach. And also, I just think that like attractive women, fall into this trap where like they invest everything into what they can, their physical beauty, like what that brings to the table. And so when that don't work out, like their physical attractiveness, their beauty, when that don't pan out the way that they want it to pan out, that's when you see women like Kayla Nicole act out and have tantrums, because she has everything she has is invested into her into what she is physically, you know, because it's just like being an athlete. Like if an athlete who is physically gifted, and if that's all they do is develop their physical talent, and instead of learning the sport that they play, and when they are no longer or they put in a position where they can't perform physically, then frustration will fit in. Will come in at that point, because you don't have the ability from a mental point of it, because they didn't take the time to learn the game. And so Kayla Nicole didn't take the time to develop other skills besides her beauty, her attractiveness. And that's why you see women like her act out, shaming people, because it's out of frustration. They get angry because things don't pan out the way they want them to pan out. And instead of just really just developing skills that would help her, or that would help her, in a relationship with, besides her beauty, besides their attractiveness. And for a lot of women, I think, in my opinion, I think that beauty can be a curse. It can definitely be a curse. And because if you're gonna put all your eggs in that basket, and things a lot of times, once people get past the fact that you are attractive, and you know and that's all that there is to you, then that novelty will wear off. And then so you have to learn how to play the game of life mentally without, without the like the physical aspect of it. And so these women will act out, like I said, they were out of frustration, and they really don't know what to do besides just acting out, because they haven't taken the time to develop those other skills that make them more I should say, like make them more useful. They don't develop skills that will make them more useful, and so that just makes them bitter in the end. And so you see so many women, who don't take the time to develop themselves mentally, and that's what you get. You get women like Kayla Nicole, you know, and so instead of taking time to um, be wise and seek wisdom, they go through things like this, and she will end up, if she don't change, if she don't get the memo and she don't change, she'll end up being like a bitter old woman, you know. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Like I said, I think that beauty can be a curse, because that will make you lazy if you put all your eggs in that basket. That will make you, and you see so many women do that today. Like, everybody wants to be a baddie. Everybody wants to be like I said, a baddie, and they want to spend their money on hair, makeup, nails, and all of these superficial things, and not really seeking wisdom and developing themselves from the inside. And when that beauty fade, man, you get people, or when it fade, or when it don't pan out the way you want it to pan out, then you get people who act out like this out of frustration, because they don't know what to do. Um they can't handle life when it throws them this kind of curveball. And so that's why you see women like Kayla Nicole, and even older women like Vivica Fox and Lisa Ray. They just, all of these women just hung up on their physical beauty. But if you look at, like, say for instance, if you take somebody like Vivica Fox or Lisa Ray, and you look at some of the statements they made back when they were in their peak and when they were in prime, it's the same mindset. They're saying the same thing. So that means that these women have not progressed throughout the years, because time changes people. Especially, I mean, if you get wiser, wisdom changes. I should say wisdom changes people, because you're not going to have the same mindset at at 50 that you did at 25. And not, especially if you seek wisdom and you have been growing, you won't have the same mindset. And so that's how you can tell, like, if you go back and you look at some old interviews of these women, they, basically they act the same that they did when they were 25. It's always been it's about me. You need to make a certain amount of money, and that's been their mindset for like I said, for their whole life, their whole career. And that mindset has not gotten them anywhere except for where they are right now. And so, like I said, if you do what they do, you get what they got. And yeah, that's my take on it. And that's the reason I think that Kayla Nicole is acting out and acting like a sore loser when it comes to her relationship with Travis Kelce, because she has not taken the time to seek wisdom and to learn how to really play the game of life. And so that causes frustration, and also causes people to act out. And so that's my take on the situation. Let me know what you think about my theory. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also leave a comment. And with that being said, I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.